You know when you're just scrolling, looking for financial advice, and it feels like just this wall of noise, so many videos, so many
Oh,
articles.
absolutely. Everyone's got the secret, right? It can be overwhelming.
Totally. And you just wish someone would, I don't know, boil it all down.
Well, that's kind of what we're trying to do here.
Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through that noise, give you the key takeaways fast.
And today, we're looking at something pretty cool. A YouTube video from Nisha. It's called, I Read 40 Books on Money. Here's what will make you rich.
40 books, imagine that. Classic psychology, investing. The whole lot.
Yeah, and the creator even mentioned that some insights challenge their own background in investment banking, which is interesting.
Right. So our mission today, pull out the big surprises, the really impactful stuff from that reading marathon.
Give you clarity, some actionable ideas you can actually use.
Okay, let's dive in. Where do we start with 40 books? Well, the video kicks off with the big one, Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Ah, yes. A classic starting point for so
Yeah.
many people. It really frames things differently than, what you learn in school.
Totally. It's built around that contrast, isn't it? The author's actual dad, the poor dad,
Who believed in the safe job, the pension?
versus his friend's dad, the rich dad, who was all about independent thinking, getting assets.
And that's the core concept, right? Assets versus liabilities.
Exactly. Assets put money in your pocket. Think investments, rental properties, maybe a side business.
Things that generate income. Liabilities, well, they take money out. Things that usually go down in value.
And the big takeaway, reinforced across loads of these books apparently, is just laser focus on building that asset column.
Yeah, and it seems simple, but the video highlighted how often people mix them up, thinking they're buying an asset when it's really a liability dressed up nicely.
That reframing seems key,
Right.
which leads to the whole home ownership thing.
Right. The book's controversial take,
Yeah,
that your main home can actually be a liability.
because it ties up money, mortgage, taxes, upkeep.
Exactly. Funds that maybe could be working harder for you elsewhere, buying income-producing assets. It challenges that whole house is your biggest asset idea.
It really does. And another idea from that book that sticks with me is treating every pound, every dollar like an employee.
Giving it a job to do to make more money for you.
It makes you think twice about spending, doesn't it? What future income am I giving up with this purchase?
It's a powerful mindset shift, foundational stuff. And that leads nicely into Kiyosaki's next book, The Cash Flow Quadrant.
Okay, so how does that build on Rich Dad, Poor Dad?
Well, it broadens the picture beyond just assets liabilities. It questions if the standard 9 to 5 is the only way or even the best way to financial security.
Ah, the 4 quadrants idea.
Right. Employee, self-employed, or small business owner, big business owner, and investor. ESBI.
It's a framework, really, to understand different ways money is made and the pros and cons of each.
Exactly. It gets you thinking outside the just get a job box. Which paths offer more leverage, more freedom?
It opens up possibility.
Yeah, it shows how relying only on a salary might actually be limiting your financial independence in the long run.
Okay, so mindset shift, check. Broader income possibilities, check. But then, how do you do it?
Good question. And that's where the 4-hour work week comes into the mix.
Ah, Tim Ferriss. That title. I always found it a bit, I don't know, clickbaity.
Huh. Yeah, it gets that reaction. But the video points out it's not literally about clocking out after 4 hours.
Right, it's about efficiency, working smarter.
Exactly. Smarter. Using automation, building a business, delegating, creating systems that generate income without you needing to be there constantly.
To live that, what do you call it, retired millionaire lifestyle, but sooner.
Pretty much. Designing your life now, not waiting for 65.
Okay, I see the link. Cash flow quadrant shows the paths. 4-hour work week gives you tools to maybe build something on the business owner or investor side.
Precisely. It tries to make those bigger goals feel less impossible, more
Okay.
achievable with the right strategies.
Makes sense. Okay, moving on. The millionaire fast lane. That sounds intense.
It is quite direct, yeah. MJ DeMarco. He tackles the how fast can you get rich question head on.
Which usually gets the answer slow and steady. Right?
Mostly. But he argues, look, there's no get rich easy, but there is get rich quick.
Ooh, okay. Controversial. How does he define quick? Not lottery tickets, I assume.
Definitely not. He lays out 3 paths. The sidewalk, living for today, spending it all, paycheck to paycheck.
We all know people like that, unfortunately.
Then the slow lane, that's the traditional path.
Yeah.
Good grades, good job, save diligently, invest long-term, retire comfortably, eventually.
The trade-off being your time, decades of it.
Exactly. Time for money. Then there's his fast lane,
Which is?
leveraging time. creating scalable things, businesses, products, systems that make money independent of your direct time input. That's where the potential for faster wealth acceleration comes in.
So decoupling income from hours worked.
That's the core idea. Think software, online courses, scalable businesses, royalties, things that can grow beyond your personal capacity.
Okay, that makes sense. Like building a machine that works for you.
Kind of.
Yeah.
But, and the video stresses this, quick, in the fast lane context, still means serious hustle.
Oh, yeah, I bet. It's not passive in the beginning.
Not at all. It's intense work, discipline, learning, probably years of effort building that machine. It just looks quick from the outside sometimes.
Right, the overnight success that took 10 years.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, so we've covered strategies, income paths. What are the mental side? Think and Grow Rich.
Napoleon Hill. Now that book, as the video mentions, really splits opinions.
How so?
Well, some people read it and feel frustrated, like, where are the practical steps? It's all mindset, affirmations.
Yeah, I can see that. But others...
Others swear by it. They say it completely changed their relationship with money, unlocked limiting beliefs, and that led to financial shifts.
So it's all about the power of belief, scarcity versus abundance.
Very much so. How your core beliefs about wealth, about your own potential, drive your actions and results.
Okay. But mindset alone isn't enough, right? You can't just think your way to wealth.
Absolutely not. And the video makes that point clearly. Mindset without action is just wishful thinking.
Like having amazing tools, but leaving them in the shed.
Exactly. You need both.
Yeah.
Right mindset and consistent, focused action.
So Think and Grow Rich might be good if you feel stuck mentally, need to challenge some beliefs.
Probably, yeah. If you're open to that kind of exploration. Maybe less helpful if you just want a step-by-step investment plan.
Got it. Okay, let's shift slightly to the psychology of money. That sounds fascinating. Money isn't just math, is it?
Not even close. Morgan Housel's book nails this. It's so much about our feelings, our biases, our past experiences. Psychology plays a huge role.
And the video pulled out a key point about luck, misattributing success.
Yeah, that's a big one. We see someone like Bill Gates, this massive outlier success.
And we try to copy their exact steps.
Right. But the book argues we often underestimate how much sheer luck or chance might have played a part in those extreme success stories.
So trying to replicate a 1 in a billion path is probably not the best strategy.
Probably not. The more extreme the outcome, the more likely luck was a factor you can't replicate. The advice: look for patterns of success.
Patterns, meaning...
Like if lots of people find success doing certain fundamental things, saving consistently, investing wisely, building businesses, those patterns are more reliable.
Focus on the common threads, the fundamentals that work for many, not the crazy outliers.
Exactly. There are core financial principles that work regardless of luck.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Now, let's get practical. Investing itself. The video mentioned ignorance debt.
Yeah, neat concept from Alex Hormozi. The idea is the gap between what you earn now and what you could earn is down to information you lack, your ignorance debt.
And applying that to investing.
Beginners, especially, might not realize how much they don't know. They get a little knowledge, feel confident, maybe too confident.
The Dunning-Kruger effect in action.
Pretty much. So how do you pay down that ignorance debt? The video suggests some key books. First, The Intelligent Investor.
Buffett's Bible.
Basically, yes. Buffett calls it the best book on investing ever written. It's about long-term value investing, rational frameworks, emotional control.
Understanding the market, focusing on business fundamentals, margin of safety, not needing to be a genius, but disciplined.
Exactly. Then, for maybe a gentler start, Girls That Invest.
Sounds very accessible.
It is. Designed for beginners. Explains the why and how, basic terms, helps you figure out your own investing style, risk tolerance.
Building a portfolio that fits you. Makes sense.
Then John Bogle's The Little Book of Common Sense Investing.
The Vanguard guy. Index funds, right?
Absolutely. He makes the case for low-cost index funds outperforming most active managers over time. Talks asset allocation too.
Simple, effective, low-cost approach.
Though the video creator did add a small caveat that Bogle's specific allocation advice might seem a bit conservative by today's standards for some.
Okay, fair enough. And lastly,
The Donho Investor and Peter Lynch's One Up on Wall Street.
Lynch's invest in what you know idea.
Exactly. Both books suggest your everyday experiences, the companies you interact with and understand as a customer, can be a great starting point for investment ideas.
Because you might spot something the Wall Street analysts miss.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
You have that ground-level insight. The video shared a personal win with Invisalign. Based on being a happy customer, than doing the research.
Then doing the research. Key point. Being a customer isn't enough on its own.
Absolutely not. It's a starting point for due diligence, not a replacement for it.
Okay, wow, that's a lot of ground covered from those 40 books. Stepping back, what are the big recurring themes?
Well, the most obvious one, there are no real shortcuts. Getting wealthy takes discipline, persistence, and definitely emotional control. That came up again and again.
Sticking to the plan, managing fear and greed.
Precisely. But the video creator also highlighted something interesting, maybe a gap in many of these books.
What's that?
The idea of investing in yourself first, before you even worry too much about the stock market.
Investing in skills. Earning potential.
Exactly. Building your ability to earn more, maybe through a business or side hustle, or just getting better at managing the money you already have. That can often have a bigger, faster impact, especially early on.
That's a really powerful point. Investing in your human capital.
Yeah. Though, of course, that also takes work, discipline, learning.
Yeah. It's not passive either.
Nothing worthwhile is, I guess.
Yeah.
So, wrapping this deep dive up, we've hit on assets versus liabilities, different income streams, working smarter, the power of mindset.
Combined with action, the psychology of money, paying down that ignorance debt in investing.
It's a great distillation of wisdom from a huge range of sources.
Definitely provides a solid foundation.
Yeah.
And hopefully encourages you, the listener, to dig deeper into the books or ideas that really clicked.
Continuous learning, right. And improving yourself along the way.
That's the name of the game. Okay, so here's a final thought to leave you with, based on everything we've discussed. Just take a second and think about your own situation. How are you balancing investing in external things, stocks, property, whatever, versus investing in yourself, your skills, your knowledge, your earning power?
Yeah. Which side of that equation needs a bit more focus from you right now? Something to mull over.